Hey everyone, I know it's been a little while yet again with videos, but it's been pretty busy on my end. And sorry if I sound a little bit too soft in my voice for the evening. Uh, for for one, it's late, meaning I gotta kind of keep quiet down here. And while I could be doing homework right now, I just decided to make this quick little video, or at least quick as I can possibly be. And instead of just showing gameplay of this, I'm just gonna be talking about out instead, which is Kingdom Hearts Union Cross again. And I know I haven't been releasing videos too often, but I just felt like wanting to get my opinions out about Union Cross and its current state right now. And let me tell ya, I'm not really liking how the game has been going. What I mean is the way that we're getting medals and well, okay. I'm probably being a little bit confusing right now, but that's because I'm doing another one of my off the script sort of videos, haha, where I talk about something and just you know not on any sort of guidelines and such. But anyways, is I've just been running into an issue with Union Cross where I can't complete content and unless I have a specific trait on the medals I have. Now, on Friday, I pulled on the HD Riku deal 10 times because I wanted to get good traits on that Riku medal. But what did I get? 3 traits that had 1000 attack, and 2 traits that had 800 HP apiece. Now, for some, that sounds great, but without like a negative 60 ground or negative 60 aerial defense on an enemy, the medal just doesn't work too well against those harder difficulty dungeons that include level 5000 enemies. And that is something I often hate within Union Cross. Yes, where if I'm trying to chase after a trait that I need for a medal, I don't get it. But then for other medals, like for example the high score challenge medals, it just seems that I get a good trait that I would want on another medal. I just feel like Square should change the way we earn traits for our medals because limited time medals are really hard to get, especially for good traits. And the only way of you getting a good trait is if you pull enough times and if you get lucky, which is something I really have despised for a long time ever since the trait system was introduced into Union Cross, where traits are essential, but only the 3 I'm about to say are pretty much very essential to complete anything. Extra attack 40% and negative 60% for negative 60% defense ends on ground and aerial enemies. Those are the 3 most important traits in Union Cross, which it's kind of bad that for a free-to-play user, they can't get too far even with these very powerful medals. Now, I've been able to customize my Keyblade setup to where I have different medals now for it. I'm no longer using like like a couple of tier 7s. Like, it's almost all a tier 8 setup, minus a few medals. I still have the illustrated the Prime illustrated axle that I got from way back, for when the primals were first introduced and such. And to be honest, it kind of sucks that I still have to use them when I don't have a lot of medals that could really benefit me as of now. Like, I really need to get some beneficial medals. I might have to stop the video. Hold on. Never mind then. I was just worried I was about to be interrupted, but as I was saying, what big change I think Square could do with the game in terms of the trade system is this, or I have a couple of ideas of myself, but I feel like Square would never do this, as considering that they want to kind of keep gameplay varied for people, but it provides some frustration for players who can't finish a lot of content or get a high enough score on the high score challenges. And here are my two ideas. Have trait medals just be for any medal. Nothing specific at all. Because the issue with this is that if you don't pull for a certain medal, or if you didn't get a medal, like the Supernova Sephiroth medal, for example, then you'll just have useless traits just, like, wasting away in your inventory. And pretty much, they just become useless. All they were for are just possible traits you could have gotten on a very good medal, but you didn't get it. And the same thing goes for the Organization 13 medals as well. And I actually did look at a screenshot or two of what Japan gets for the Organization 13 banners, and I have to say their banner is a lot better, because in each pull, from what I'm seeing, you get although it's not a falling price deal, you get 3 speed gems per pull, which is a lot better when you think about it, because you can upgrade your keyblades that involve speed gems a lot more easy that way. And not only that, but instead of like Shion and Kairi Kai on there, instead you have the tier 7 Sora and Riku, which are the, let me think, Final Form Sora, or I think it said HD, I can't remember, and the 358 over 2 days Black Coat Riku medal that's at tier 7. And those medals I can understand having good rates for, and would be useful in people's setups. But for the banner that we have, which has, like I said, Kairi and Shion Kai, we have very low odds set against us on getting those medals as it is, which I'm not really liking it, especially with all the reprint medals on there, because you have Riku, Pain, and Yuna, I think the name of that medal was. You have the Zack medal, which I heard isn't that bad, but it doesn't really help so well with what medals we are kind of necessary to have these days. And then all the other medals, which I can't recall, but I just feel like those reprint medals are not very helpful. They're not so useful. But I'm getting off track. My second idea would be to have a trait medal that can go to any medal, but have it be a specific trait. Like if somebody wants negative 60 defense towards ground enemies, they can have that with a medal like that. It shouldn't have to be for a select medal, as it really limits the player. It really does. Or at least for a free-to-play user. For a lot of whale pullers out there who can just shell out money like it's nothing and just pull as often as they want for the right traits, they got the upper advantage over the free-to-play user. And I'm all for having a more fair player base and such, but I doubt I'm ever going to see that in Union Cross. Same thing goes for any other app game, because there's always going to be that split between free-to-play and pay-to-win users. But the thing is that you want to kind of provide an upper hand a little bit for your free-to-play users, because if they can't keep up with the pay-to-win users so often and can only get so little at a time, it really does crush them. And not only that, but it's also difficult to get it, medals in general, because because not everybody is going to be pulling on banners. Banners. Jeez, I said banners. I'm getting off subject. That's a little. My point is that I think Square should just change the game a little bit with how it treats its traits on medals. Because people are not going to be so lucky on getting traits every time. And actually, I remembered that there was a third idea that I thought was pretty great. Why not have the medal we're pulling for just come with a full set of random traits on there? All of them different, nothing the same. Because you can't stack most traits. I don't think you can stack those. You can't stack extra attacks. You can't stack. I don't know if you can stack the raid aid boss damage bonus this percentage. I'm not sure if you can stack those resistances on a single medal. Those ailment resistant instances at 20%, which again, those traits really do suck. And such, but you can still stack the other traits, like, not the negative 60% in defense for ground and aerial enemies, but still, I feel like that would really help a lot of people out, and this way, they can get a good medal on their hands. They can get something that is actually going to be useful. But then again, this is just ramblings of a random Union Cross player right here. Anyways, I am just going to be done with this video right now. I have a lot of other work to get to, so I might see you all in the month of December, where, who knows, what events may come up, but, I can always post something about FFBE, as that game's a lot more interesting these days compared to Union Cross and even Brave Frontier, because even though Brave Frontier has that Fairy Tail collab going on, it's not a very good collab if all the reprint units that are from the past are still in the same gate, where we have to rely on luck alone rather than getting a guaranteed chance as some pull, or a resummon banner would have been nice. But anyways, I'm done. I'm here. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, afternoon, night, evening, whatever time it is in your area. Just, have a brighter day, okay? Ciao for now, people.